Hi there and welcome to Accessible Photography. In this video today I start off in a woodland, give up with that very quickly and move over to a derelict house and take some pictures of that. Bit of drone footage as well and a couple of swans just for good measure. Enjoy the show. Well, that scene that I did a bit of B-roll for there, I was going to do a photograph of the nice like hoar frost, but the scene kind of got destroyed quite quickly by a big chocolate Labrador. Well, what to go see for yourself? Decide to lie down just where I was going to photograph? Well, I'm on the edge of a woodland here, just making my way through a muddy gateway, and I'm not very far from home. In fact, home for me is just over the hill there, about a few hundred meters, and the reason being is we're not meant to leave a local authority area, so it's stay close to home. We're in lockdown, level 4, not going anywhere. I think yesterday I was like, oh, this would be a great day to go up to Glencoe, get some nice snowy, icy scenery. And then I remember, we're not allowed to go anywhere. So, just out taking some pictures. Dukey boy's with me. I'm not expecting anything decent in the woodland at all. It's not very frosty in there. And I think all the good stuff's pretty much died off, and there may be something of interest. I'll have a look. But this is Duke's pond. In the summer months, he likes to play in here. There's a couple of visitors on the pond just now. I might switch cameras and video them. You see they're on the pond, not quite in the pond because it's frozen over, and that's the swans. Let's see if we can get a picture of those before Duke chases them off. Kind of wishing I'd brought the big lens now, because I've only got the small lens on this, which is 16 to 80 with a crop sensor. The 80 is going to be closer to 100, I suppose. When it comes to discussing lens sizes and such, and what setting I'm on, like 35mm, 50mm, 80mm, I'm going to be talking about what's on my camera, and I'm not going to try and do this stupid conversion all the time. If it says 80mm on there, it says 80mm, end of story. Right then, what have I got? Oh, I can get in quite close. No, I can't. That was the focus. Right, so I'm very overexposed, so my ISO is at 160. I can literally lower that if I want. I'll leave it at 160. Take my speed up to about 1000. Make sure my compensation's not adjusted. With this camera, just have a little talk about this. With this one, the X-T4, other XTs are the same. You've got little buttons that you can lock the speed down, you can lock your ISO, so just do that. But the adjuster for compensation doesn't lock, and the number of times I find that's been moved, even a few clicks, is really quite annoying. So I have to keep an eye on that. Anyway, swans, they're in a dark patch on the ground, which is good. Okay, 1000 is too high, so I'm going to just unlock that. Take it to there, focus on them. So where are we? So there. So what I do is I've got manual focus on, but there's a little button, back button focus you can press, and it zooms in, well, not zooms in, but focuses on what you want quite quickly. So yeah, unfortunately they are a long way away and show up quite small on this camera. So I might just try and make a picture of the frozen pond before Puppy Dog decides to go in it. We might not go in today. He's getting old. So, oops, clicked accidentally there. There we go. Bit of a frame there. The sky's flashing like mad to tell me it's overexposed. Bring it down one click and it's just right. So inside this viewfinder as well, I'm able to see that just over 2 meters to infinity is in focus. Take that. Nothing exciting. It's not an exciting picture at all. Poor swans. Poor swans. Let's see if I can look at them on video for you. Put it to movie. So 2 lovely little swans out there, trying to make some area for them to swim in and to eat from on a very frozen pond. So I'm handheld as well. Hopefully I'm not too much out of the picture there. So I'm handheld. The only tripod is that one there. Mainly because I didn't want to carry too much. There's an interesting light there. I'll take a picture of that for what it's worth. I'll take that back. Nice scene. So, just show you what I'm doing. It's always there. So just zoom back like that. I got the sun shining through the trees here, the field lit there, and then all this in silhouette, and then the white path because of the ice heading there makes sort of an image. So yeah. So in reality with the picture, at this moment, the foreground is too light. So the foreground is too dark because the sky is very bright. So I'm going to do a wee cheat and put it to HDR and see if we get anything better. And let's move on. So rather than go into the dark woodland there, I'm going to go up the path here, and there's an old derelict building there. I'll take some pictures of that, I think. If the sunlight's on it properly, if it's in too much shade, I probably won't bother. So I walked a few paces and I looked back, mainly to check on Duke, and I realised the sun's actually coming through the trees, through the reeds and onto the frozen pond. That might make an image. But I'm probably doing too much there. Want to be, I got too much about the trees and the sun and everything in. I'm going to lose the light very quickly. Oh no. No, I think I lost the sun. I expected the sunlight for too long and I think I lost it. Right, heading up the hill. It's quite an abandoned building, this. Or is it a derelict building or an abandoned building? I think there's a definite distinction between the two to be made. A lot of people refer to abandoned buildings, and if you look on YouTube, there's some idiots who go breaking into buildings saying it's an abandoned building and look at this and look at what's been left, blah blah. Chances are it's actually still owned by someone. You should always check the legality of what you're doing before you break into a building. But this most definitely is a derelict building. It's completely gone, the roof's fallen apart. It will still belong to someone, but it's derelict. There's no doors, there's no windows, and I don't want to walk into it anyway because, well, who knows what might still fall on me. But it makes some very interesting photographs. I've certainly been here in better conditions, but it's worth having a wee go. We'll wander around the other side and see what it's like there. I've lost the sun for a few minutes. There's a big cloud coming over, and then all this lot's going to come over as well. Possibility of snow tomorrow. So, just come round a little bit, have a look at this. But as a wee point, that's the Ochil Hills over there, probably very small on this screen. Nice and white and looking lovely. And this morning, full moon came down and just popped in behind the hills there. And walking the dog, I managed to get a phone picture, which is absolutely awful, and I'll show it quite small down here because it's just dreadful. I zoomed in with the phone, and that's not the best way to take pictures with that thing. And then I got home, grabbed the camera gear, headed out to try and get a good picture, and the moon had gone. It moves very fast. So I got a couple of pictures. I can show you those now from first thing this morning. And there's a slight orange tint to them because it was actually pretty much at sunrise. And that's about all I did this morning. And I came home, had a coffee, did some work on my new website, which I'll tell you about later. And then decided to come out about 1 o'clock to do some photography. It was going to be the woodland, but I think it just looks miserable in there. So we'll just have a look around this old house. So the last video I did was pretty much the Christmas greetings. I'm going to be looking into the sun again. I said there was 2 new things and only mentioned one. One was the new car, and then I forgot about the second thing. Some people might have thought the second thing was talking about Duke, but the second thing, the most important thing, really, more important than the new car. If you've been watching my videos, I struggle to look at what I'm doing, take a picture, and then look at the back of the screen. I've got new glasses, and I am so happy. They're very focal, so I can look in the distance, and then I can look at the back of here and see if I got my focus right. Oh, it's been about a year since I had a pair, and oh, fantastic. So yeah, that was the second bit of news. Nothing exciting. Are you rolling about are you rolling about? Are you? Was that good? If I hang around here for an hour or so, which I won't, I might actually get some interesting clouds around the building. Some good cloud over there. I've had some spectacular shots here in the past. But yeah, it's looking nice over there. But the problem is, I'll just do this, is I'm looking at this area right here with what looks like rain or snow coming down onto the hills. But there's a bloody power line going through it. So if I took a photograph from here and have the power line in the way, I hate power lines. Really do. Anyway, let's see if we get something from this. So again, I say I'm going to do one thing and then I spot something else. And really just the ice here, it's not clear ice, it's very, very muddy water. But it has an interest. I just clicked, I didn't want to click. Right. Got everything on now. Right, is that in focus? That's in focus there. That bit there is in focus. Yeah, that's nice. I seem to have lost my red dot. Never mind, got nice sunshine again. Right, let's see if we can get anything with this. Oh, you might notice as well, yes, I am talking to you with my back to you. You might notice as well, I'm carrying 2 bags. I've got the drone as well. So I'll try and get the drone up and have a look at this with that. Now this is where I really should have got myself my filter set, because this is going to be very, very bright. It's very overexposed. Do that. Losing light again. Gonna walk in. So I've got a bit of a lead-in line on this, the grass. But what I want to do is make sure everything I've got is in focus. So from there through is nicely focused. So take that to f16. Adjust my ISO to get a bit higher, to get a bit lighter. There we go. Focusing there. So everything from 1 meter to infinity is in focus. Horizontal is right. Because the angle, I'm going to just change that and go click. And let's see what we get. That's not too bad. Not enough room above the house. And what I was meaning there is I'm pointing down too much, so the top of the house there's no gap above, so I just want to change that slightly. And in some ways all I need to do is move my back a little bit, and that will give a little height at the house and still leave the foreground as it was. Nice. That's nice. A lot of colour in this actually, a lot of colour. I'm doing HDR again, not intentionally, but it comes out okay. It helps really because I've actually got, it's not a black interior, but I got a darker interior to the outside, and there's quite a bright sky as well, and then the beams are quite dark up there. So using HDR might actually be the best thing. It'll open up the whole image for me. Let's wait and see, because what comes out on the back is okay, still looking a bit dark. The important thing as well is making sure that the windows are level. It's definitely not looking good, that one. So let's have another go. So I use my grid on the inside to try and line up the windows perfectly, and hopefully the image at the back of here will not look squint. So it's still looking a little bit squint, but the whole building is a bit off. Kind of get an interesting shot of a window on its own. So zoom into this one. Again, I like to be straight onto it, otherwise it looks squint. And then make sure my focus is on the window itself, the window frame. Get my level right. Oh no, it's not quite, is it? That tells me a lot. If I do that, that's better. Okay. Nice bit of sunshine on that. Nice bit of sunshine on my doggy. Yes. Nice bit of sunshine on my doggy. Duke, look at me. Good boy. He's coming up golden brown as well for Chocolate Lab. Anyway. This is the only bit that's in sunshine. This isn't so great. There's an interesting part here. We've got the stone and brickwork. That's all we spin you around for a look at that. Okay. So I don't know if it makes an image or not. So that's how we look. Adjust. So my ISO is way up. So let's bring the ISO back down to 160. And let's bring it out enough so you can see that it's brickwork. The brickwork is not showing up very clearly there. And the stonework isn't. That's the stonework now. So I really want to be exposed for the wall. Get that in focus. It's great, I managed to lose that. There we go. Okay. Getting some nice. So now you're starting to get some nice dark cloud behind the building, which really emphasises the building itself, especially if you get the exposure right. So I'm just going to zoom in on that. Take a picture, that's nice. I'm going to head back now. That cloud I was talking about it's come right over. It's looking a bit miserable around there. It's kind of one of these flat, miserable clouds. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Like there's no structure in it to make photography interesting. It's just grey. And at this time of year here, that type of cloud could be bringing snow. So hopefully, because I like snow, we might get some snow tomorrow, which is actually forecast by some. So I really hope it does do something and I can get out and take some interesting images. Is Duke going to follow me? Yes, he is. He's following. And it's definitely cold enough. I saw a comment the other day on an amateur meteorologist's site where somebody said, it's -3, it's too cold to snow. Well, she got shot down in flames by the meteorologist because they get -60 at the poles, -40 in Russia and so forth, and it still snows. The reality is, it's too dry to snow, he says. You need moisture in the air to snow. So yeah, -3 is not too cold to snow. So it could start here fairly soon. I do hope so. Anyway, that's me. I'm going to wrap up. We didn't do any woodland photography at all. Just going to head straight back to the car now. So yeah, that's me heading back home for a nice cup of coffee and some homemade bread, because I've started to make bread. I'm actually good at something other than just photography. It's got bread making as well. It's fantastic. And I'm going to stop just now because I was going to say something a second ago, but something else has come up. And that fact is, it's already snowing. I haven't actually got anywhere near home yet. I said it might be snowing in this cloud, and it already is. In fact, the ice over there looks like it's got quite a bit of snow on it already somehow. I don't mean deep. But yeah, heading home. And what I will say is, and you're expecting me to say, get out, take pictures, have fun. I'm going to say, no, have a happy new year. I hope 2021 is just a smidgen better than last year. Hopefully a lot better than last year, as in 2020. No, we're not out of the woods yet. We've still got quite a bit of lockdowns and things to go, I reckon. I don't think we'll be seeing normality until the summer, maybe even the end of summer. And that's normality for us in photography land, getting out and about. I don't see normality coming back for a long time for the workplace, for me in particular. Things have moved on. We work from home now a lot. But yes, I do hope for you that life improves. I'm just going to go through a muddy bit here, a tricky bit. There we go. Right, just got through that muddy section. That was a bit bad. And we climb up some rough leaves and things, rough path. Yeah, I hope 2021 is good for you and that you remain healthy and are able to enjoy your photography. And yeah, I'll finish off with my usual. Please get out, take pictures and have fun. Bye for now.